Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do a little get ready with me, just kind of chat to you while I do my makeup. And I thought that I would use products that are in my project pan for 2018. If you haven't seen my video talking about my project for this year, I will make sure and link it up above and below. So check that one out if you haven't seen it yet. Of course, I can't use every single product because I have multiple eyeshadow things and multiple lip products, but I will use as much as I can in this video. So if you want to see another get ready with me with whatever products I don't use, because I think I'm going to go for something a little more natural, professional looking because I'm going to sing at Temple tonight. So that was really annoying. My camera just stopped filming and I was starting to put on my foundation. So, well, that's really frustrating. But anyway, what I was saying is that if you want to see a more smoky, nighttime appropriate kind of look, I can use this Trish McAvoy eyeshadow stick that's in my project. It's like a dark shimmer green, really pretty. So let me know if you'd want to see that. But just to update you, I added a little extra of my Bobbi Brown corrector, which I love. I use this every day, even if I'm not wearing makeup, and it looks super natural, but it helps just brighten up my under eyes and cover up some of those circles. And then I think you saw that I put on my primer, but I'm now using the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation, which I love. I just wish it had a pump, and I'm pretty low on this, so I'm definitely going to be using this one up this year. I'm sure of it. I just put a little bit on this side, so you can see it looks really natural. It doesn't look super matte, but it's really, really nice. So I'm going to keep putting this on. And the other thing that I was mentioning, which you'll see in a second, is that I finally got the Flower Beauty sponge. And if you remember me mentioning another time, if you've watched my videos, I love the Beauty Blender. I use it every time I do my makeup. I very rarely use a brush, and I love the Beauty Blender. And I had tried cheaper alternatives. I had tried the Real Techniques one and the Eco Tools one, and I just didn't like those. Like the Real Techniques one I really didn't like. The Eco Tools one was okay. So I kind of gave up on cheaper alternatives for sponges because I just didn't love those, and I hated kind of trying them and then feeling like I don't want to use them anymore after like the first time of using it. I had heard such good things about this Flower Beauty one and the NYX one and the L'Oreal one. But so I wanted to try them, but I just wasn't sure. And I finally got this Flower Beauty one. I'm really liking it. This is only the second time that I've used it, but I like it. First of all, it's so big, it's so squishy, it's really soft. And because it's so big, like it's got such a fat like butt end of it, like much fatter than the Beauty Blender. I'm sorry, that just makes me laugh. But you get your blending done so much quicker, I feel like, than the Beauty Blender. I love this thing. I'm really, I hate to say that because it's only the second time I've used it, but so far I'm really liking it. And actually the first time I used it, I used a different foundation. So now I'm trying it with this one. I really like it. You can hear my husband just got home, so he may pop in here. My dog is laying on the floor right here. He's really cute. You've probably, if you've been really paying attention to my videos, I'm sure you've seen his tail kind of as he walks by or whatever. The concealer that I have in this project is this Urban Decay Naked Skin. And the only reason I really want to use this up and why I haven't used it up, because it is a really nice concealer, is because it's in Fair Neutral. And I've just been more into more natural looking concealer lately. Still high coverage, but like not super, super bright. So I use just like a tiny bit of this to highlight. So I'm still gonna go in. I'm gonna use a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape. I've been enjoying this. Just very little of it. I really just put like a tiny, tiny bit of it, and that's all I need. And so then I'll take this one and just highlight a little bit with it. So I do feel like this splatters when I try to open it, but anyway, so I just take like a little bit to highlight, and I may put this other parts of my face too. We will see. When I used it before, I had it, the Shape Tape, I mean, I had it in a lighter color because, you know, again, it was like that trend of like really highlighted under eyes, which I think is still kind of a trend, but I don't love that. I think it looks pretty unnatural if it's like crazy bright under there. So I used to get all my concealers in these brighter shades, and then I wasn't a fan of it anymore. And to slather on that Tarte Shape Tape, it just got really cakey and dry for me. So I want you to tell me in the comment section like what kind of videos you'd like to see, because I mean, I've got lots of good video ideas. Not necessarily like my own ideas, but just videos that I've seen that I like, and I really do enjoy doing these get ready with me's. They're just fun and easy for me to do because I can just sit here and do my makeup and chat. But I'm curious what you'd like to see. You know, are there types of videos that you've seen on YouTube that you like, that you'd like me to do, or just videos that you haven't seen that you'd like to see? I'd really like to know, because I'll come up with ideas, I'll make videos, but I would love to hear what you, the subscriber, would like to see. Or if you're not a subscriber, what would make you subscribe? What would you like to see that would make you want to stick around? So the powder that I have in my project is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, the natural one. This is in the shade medium. I don't like this under my eyes though, so I am going to use my NARS crystal powder to put underneath my eyes, because I've learned, especially using this now to try and work on it, I've realized that I definitely do not like that underneath the eyes. And I don't think it's meant to be that way, but I really don't like it that way. I also feel like with these Get Ready With Me, it's like, I need to like come up with like certain topics that I should talk about, you know, so that I have like something to like specific to talk about, instead of just sort of rambling about ridiculous like things that no one cares about. So if there are certain things you'd like me to talk about during these Get Ready With Me's, like, unfortunately, unfortunately, I'm not at that point where like people really care about what's going on with me. So, you know, I can't really do a Q&A. Like, I don't have enough people for that sort of thing. But nevertheless, if there are things that you'd be interested in me talking about, I'd love to hear it. I don't think that I had any brow products in my project. I have 18 products, so that's a lot, but you know, all right, I can't really talk to you while I do my brows, otherwise this is gonna take forever, so I'm just gonna do this and I'll be back. Make sure and check the description box if you're wondering what I'm wearing if I didn't mention it, because I will list everything down there. I'm gonna use a little bit of Gimme Brow. I'm just trying to use this up because they don't even like sell this anymore, I think. I don't know if they're like gonna come back with it or what the deal is, but they don't have this anymore. It's not like my favorite thing in the world though, so I know some people are really, really bummed about it. I had mentioned this though when I did my project, that I wanted to use this up because it's not my favorite, because if I wear it all day long, it will end up creasing on me. It's not like the most long lasting thing for me. It looks nice. I love the way that it, you know, cancels out everything. It's like a nice canvas for my eyeshadows. So it does everything that I want. It just doesn't last all day on me. Like the Urban Decay ones last all day on me. But I do have pretty oily eyelids, so keep that in mind. And I'm gonna set it using the eyeshadow palette that is part of my project that I'm going to use, which is the Too Faced Natural Eyes. I do really love this. I'm definitely getting close on some of these, although it's so hard to know like how close you are, you know? Like, it really is hard to tell. So I'm just gonna use this all over. It's a really nice pigmented color. This is a great palette, and actually I just saw recently, I don't know if you saw this, that Too Faced is like redoing these and reformulating them, and I'm like, not into that. It looks pretty, but like, I don't know, why change it if it's good? Like, I don't mind when brands reformulate things. I talked about some in my beauty wish list that are being reformulated, that, you know, that it's kind of cool when brands do that, because, you know, sometimes they're just trying to improve their products, whatever, but like sometimes it's not as good, and it makes me sad. All right, so I'm gonna use this, but then I'm also going to use the ColourPop shadow that's part of my project. This one here, which is in the shade Sequin. When I wear this, I get really nice compliments. People really like the way that this looks. So I'm gonna put this on my lid. Put this color Nudie, this one right here, as just a transition all over everywhere. And I have a nice dent in this one too, because it's like a perfect, you know, transition shade to use. My daughter's still sleeping and I'm so thrilled. She's been not taking like the longest of naps. She's still fairly new in the whole like one nap thing. And a lot of times she takes like an hour-and-a-half nap, and I'm like, oh, like she needs more, I need more. I'm not gonna talk about mom stuff in like every single video. It's so hard though. Like it's very consuming, like in a good way, but it's definitely consuming. See, like it's just such a nice transition shade. This is really, it really is a nice palette, and I've just had it for a while, so I want to kind of use it more, but I'm bummed about them reformulating it. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to recommend it because I don't know how good it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be like, you know, if the new formula is going to be any good. I'm gonna just mix these two shades here just to kind of make a medium tone shade. I mean, they're really pigmented, but they blend easily. Like, Too Faced doesn't always do it up right, but they do have some really good products. I mean, this is sort of an oldie but a goodie. All right, so I'm gonna put this all over my lid. Then I'll deepen up the outer corner in a second. I'm just gonna take this on my finger. I've heard that you can use like a sponge tip kind of applicator, like the old school applicators, and you can use a synthetic brush, but I just think the finger is the best way. These are really, really gorgeous. You see that? Oh, I just can find that they are sort of like high maintenance sometimes. I don't always feel like using my fingers. I don't mind, but look how pretty that is. So, so pretty. First, I'm gonna take Erotica, the shade right here, sort of on the outer corner a little bit, but then I'll deepen it up with that darker brown, just to sort of marry the shimmer. Put that like right there. I hear my husband coming up the stairs. And he's probably wondering what I'm doing. Well, he probably knows that I'm filming. And then I'm gonna take Sexpresso. The names of these things, I'm telling you, Sexpresso. Just in that outer corner, just to deepen it up. So, you can come in. Hello. What thing?
The
camera?
That, yeah.
It is on.
Hello.
All right, so I actually took a little bit of a break there because my husband was sort of in here changing a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that the way that it is. You know, pretty natural because I'm gonna be in Temple tonight, so I don't want to be that glam. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that cream shade to the brow bone just because we lost it a little bit in all the blending. It's just like a nice natural looking shade. I'm gonna take this shimmery pink color, this Silk Teddy right there. I'm gonna use that on the inner corner, and that looks really pretty, especially with like the shade that we used on the lid. See, really bright and pretty. This project has been like a fun experiment though. Like I'm not that far into it, so it's like really hard to know like how well I'm doing with things. I mean, I definitely feel like some things are doing better than others, but some things like I'm just, oop, and there's my daughter. Just sort of waking up there. It's really fun, although it's hard because like sometimes it's like I want to use other things and I'm like, no, I should use that because like I want to make sure and like really make progress on it. And so it can be kind of hard. I mean, like it's good. It's good to like use your stuff and like I want, you know, I like that I'm doing it, but it just can be a little bit difficult, you know. I don't have an eyeliner in my project. I'm gonna tight line and put this in my waterline as well. But I can see like why some of the bigger YouTubers don't do these type of projects. It's really hard to use the products that are in your project and make sure that you're making good progress on them, but then still try a lot of new things. And I mean, I want to try new things, but I also want to use a lot of the other stuff that I have that hasn't gotten as much love. I really want to make an extra effort to use some more fun colors this year. Every time I do a really colorful look, it's so much fun and I really love the way that it looks, and I just don't do that a whole lot. There's really no reason why. I mean, you know, one reason I guess is that I don't necessarily have somewhere to go a lot of the time because I'm just with my daughter, taking her to different activities and things, but like, why not wear a crazy colorful eye look? Like, who cares? I don't. I mean, it can start up a conversation and I can tell people that I have a YouTube channel. I mean, that's kind of fun. I really don't mind that type of thing. I don't mind wearing a glam look, you know, and going to the grocery store. I don't really care. I mean, maybe that's just going into my 30s. I just don't care as much what people think. But the only time I wouldn't necessarily is like in professional settings. I do tutor, so I've mentioned that before. So, you know, I mean, I don't want to look too crazy, but at the same time, I mean, it doesn't really matter. But like, you know, singing at, you know, at Temple, that's totally different. I don't want to wear anything too crazy. That wouldn't really be very professional of me. I'm going to take a mixture of those two mattes underneath the eye. Just a little bit. I just wouldn't want to go up there with like bright blue eyeshadow, you know? But I really do want to use more color. I really have so much fun when I do it. I just need some help with inspiration. Like, I really do take a lot of inspiration from, you know, not when it comes to like a basic look like this, but like if I do something a little more special, I guess you can say, I very often like, you know, when I see looks on either YouTube or Instagram, you know, and I either try to recreate it just based on the picture, or I actually like go based on like, you know, the tutorial. That was why it was good that I use like a palette like that in my project. I wouldn't have wanted to use a palette that's like really colorful, and like I wouldn't necessarily use it every single day, because as much as I want to use color more, like I'm not going to use it every single day. And that palette, you know, if nothing else, I can pull out the brow bone shade, you know, either all over the lid or just under the brow, or some of the transition colors. Like I can easily pull those into, you know, whatever look that I'm doing. So I'm gonna take NARS Laguna and I'm gonna bronze, but also sort of contour just a little bit. So I'm gonna use kind of an angled brush so that I can do that. I have a pretty good dip in this one, but you know, again, it's like, it's so hard to know, but I do love this bronzer. This is one that I really love, but I will do a check-in for my project, probably like in March, and just let you know how it's going, and so you can see my progress. So I'll do those like every few months or so. This light dies on me so quickly. This is just like an iPhone like ring light thing, because I didn't want to go crazy with like buying equipment and stuff to film with, and so this works fine, but like it just dies on me really quickly, if you've noticed that in my videos. So I may even have to stop in a bit and just charge this up a little bit, because it just gets, you can see it just gets progressively darker and darker. Both of these are in my project, by the way. This is the Makeup Forever cream blush, and then I'm going to top it with the blush that's in this Naked palette that I'm trying to use. This cream blush is really nice. I just don't use cream blushes all that often, so it's been kind of pushing me to do that. I love this. It is really, really pretty, but I just don't think I'll repurchase it, because I don't love using cream blushes. I mean, they look really nice and I love them when I apply them. I just don't have like the time for that, you know? It's a pain. I don't know. It's not really that big of a deal. I'm gonna top it with this one, which you don't really need to, but I might as well. But I will say, for like longevity purposes, like this makes it last a lot longer to put like a cream blush underneath a powder one. I don't really expect to hit pan on this one anyway. I mean, I just wanted to hit pan on something in this palette. I don't think the blush is gonna happen, because it doesn't look like I've made that much progress on that one, but you never know. See how much brighter that is? I don't know how long that's going to last me, because I didn't let it charge for too long, but we don't have much more to go. I'm gonna use 2 highlighters as well. I have 3 in my project, so I'm just gonna use 2 of them that are a little more natural looking. The Becca Opal is like really intense, so if I do the Get Ready With Me that's a little more like nighttime appropriate, I'll use that one. So first I'm gonna use the Benefit What's Up. I'm gonna use that, which is another cream product that I just don't use a whole lot because it's cream, which is really not that hard to do. I don't know. I always feel like it's higher maintenance, but it does help it like stick on a little bit better. You know, whatever you put on top, it helps everything last better. And if you just use the cream, like it looks so pretty. If you like cream highlights, definitely recommend this one. I mean, I could just use that on its own, but why would I when I could use another highlighter in my project, right? I just love highlights, so I love all highlights. I just can't get enough. I really can't. It's so hard to resist. Like when new highlighters come out, it's like, I mean, I could have highlighter for the rest of my life with what I have, but I just love them. It's one of my favorite things to wear. And then when you spritz your face, yay! How appropriate is that in a project pan Get Ready With Me that I use up a product? I mean, it's not in my project, but it's still great. Going in my empties bin. It does feel really good to use up products, whether they're ones that you like or ones that you're like really wanting to get rid of. It just feels good. It feels good to hit pan. That's partly why I'm doing this project. I mean, it's a healthy thing to do, I think, but it's also like, it's exciting. So I just have to do my lashes and my lips, and then we are done. I don't have a mascara in my project because mascaras only last a few months anyway, so light is dimming quickly. So let me just finish this up. I'm for sure going to use my lip liner that's in my project, which is Dervish, which is really dry. I don't love it, which is why I definitely want to use it up. It's a nice color. I wish that it was a better formula. Like some of the MAC ones are creamier than others. So I have a few lip products that are in my project. I have 3 actual lip colors. So I've got the NARS Rikujin, which is really pretty, but it doesn't last super long, so I don't think I'm gonna do that for a service. And then the other one is this Urban Decay lipstick in Native. This is an old formula they don't sell anymore. It's a really kind of pale nudie pink, which is pretty. But and then I have a gloss too. I'm definitely not gonna wear the gloss, but I think I'm gonna do this Stila Patina liquid lipstick because this will last well on me for the service. Sorry that it's gotten kind of dark, but I'm almost done with this, and so I don't want to recharge this again before we're done because now we are done. So that's the whole makeup. Hopefully you can see it without it being a little too dark, but I love all of these products. That's why they're in my project. Part of it, you know, some of them are ones that I just really want to use up, but none of them are ones that I hate. I wouldn't have put anything in my project that I actually hate. So again, if you want to see another get ready with me with some of the other products that are in my project, please let me know. I would love to do one of those with, especially with that green. That'd be a really fun one to do. That's such a pretty color and I need to use it more. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, please make sure and subscribe. I would just really appreciate that, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.